Spam.
Yeah,
Size
Indeed Armor Rouge.
Not quite size spam of in 2019. Yeah, 2019
Yeah.
size. I think that was a much higher quality of size spam.
Yeah, correct, exactly. I mean, the one, the Necrozma, right? The
that was
Lightsabers of Sky.
That was Lele.
Yeah, with Tabu Lele as well. Yeah. So jumping into this set, right? It sounds to me. I mean, at first look, right? Ken's team looks very stally with Corvina and Watchen.
I was telling you earlier, it looks like a Series V team with Glimora swapped out for the Watchen.
But Glimora just has that DOT or damage over time. But
I mean, that's what Leash Shield is for, right? Don't you think? Wouldn't you think?
Fair enough, I would say. Yep. And Ken leads off with, sorry, I can't know Japanese out there. I have to wait for, I presume one is Gachom. The other one, I just didn't manage to catch it. Gachom, yes. Gachom, Toko? No, there was no sun. Gachom Fluttermane and Chi Fluttermane. Chi Fluttermane is actually a very standard
one might even say break dead.
Yeah, sure, break dead. Because of the Chi's Beats of Ruin ability.
So you're going to switch out here. So there goes the Beats of Ruin for now.
Yep. Resetting the special defense. Yeah.
So gonna set a Psychic Terrain, but I don't believe there are priority attacks. Yeah, not from either Gachom or Fluttermane. So let's start up Psychic Terrain. I think both are specs, or it's only one of them.
Only Daanvir's one has Protect, Photosynthesis with Photosynthesis ability, and is using the Life Orb.
So it's going to be a Terra Fire on the Ken's side.
I'm assuming defensively because of the plan likely to take a Fairy attack. Yeah.
We're going to see Protect from Ken as well.
Quite a good Protect against a potential Shadow Ball as well.
So we do Shadow Ball into what was the... So it's going to be a neutral attack. So Daanvir recognizing that the Terra might come out there, doesn't go for the Fairy attack.
That was quite a good read.
As Earthquake will come out, will hit both the Indeedee and the Fluttermane.
But I guess Ken's for this maneuver in this case, he just wanted to protect his partner while
chunk
being
of damage onto Daanvir as well. So it doesn't look like the typical bulkier Fluttermanes that a lot of players have been running.
I mean, Life Orb variance, I guess, has to push out some damage. It's not as powerful as Choice specs.
Yes.
So definitely it has to have sacrificed some bulk there.
So we still haven't seen whether it's going to be a speed tie between the Fluttermanes, since one of them did Protect last turn.
I would imagine Life Orb ones would tend to be speedier.
Yes. I think you want the speed tie at least against opposing Flutter.
Yeah. It's only recently the developments in Fort Wayne and Charlotte Regionals that Fluttermane's got bulkier.
So Protect from Ken's Gachom, they're recognizing that another Shadow will knock him out. As Dazzling Gleam comes out from Ken. So Ken does move first, does pick up the KO with a second hit onto the Fluttermane on Daanvir's side.
But wouldn't that expose to a potential Trick Room, right?
Yeah, Indeedee does set up Trick Room.
Yeah.
So what does Daanvir have to really exploit? I mean, obviously the Toko. And now that Garchomp has been weakened, I think even though it is fire, I mean, Garchomp already resists fire to begin with. So still resist fire, sure, but I think a Terra Fire Eruption is going to wipe him out.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, going back to the previous turn, to prevent against a Trick Room setup, he should have just easily went for Dazzling Gleam. Okay, maybe without the knowledge of the speed here is one thing. Dazzling Gleam plus
I don't
Rock
think Dazzling
Slide.
Gleam would have KO'd though. Although he doesn't carry the seed, so maybe.
Dazzling Gleam, Rock Slide to try to flinch and stop the Indeedee from going for the Trick Room.
Since we do see that he didn't get the Psyche Seed boost previous turn.
Yeah.
He's carrying the goggles, not the seed.
Yeah, so I felt that somehow the spread, he didn't really capitalize. I don't know what was the protect for, honestly.
I mean, the other option being maybe he's comfortable with Trick Room going up. Maybe he has Watch Hand at the back or something. That doesn't mind.
But in front of a Toko though.
But he has committed his Terra already to the Garchomp. Yeah, we do see Terra Fire come out from Daanvir. So I don't see a way for Ken to take the Terra Fire Eruptions.
Neither is conserving Fluttermane right now for him a high priority. I would say it's not that meaningful.
He does protect, okay. So does keep the Fluttermane around. And we do know that he is Focus Sash, so he will take one hit at least.
Do you
but
think
the Garchomp is not long for the world?
Do you think he has Arcanine at the back? I mean, that's only the next potential candidate that can soak up the fight, the onslaught from Daanvir's Toko, right?
Yeah, he isn't the Assault Vest variant though. So even
still gonna chunk quite a bit. Even with
a big chunk from Terra Fire, full health eruption. He will have to extreme speed it first, I think, to at least get the damage down. But in front of Psychic Terrain, that's
you can't do that, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, letting the Trick Room go up was kind of shaky, and then committing to the Terra so early. I guess he just wanted to match, to match position in terms of the board state. He didn't want to do too much defensive maneuvering anyway. So against Daanvir's lead,
he had to be aware that the Toko would probably at the back if the Indeedee was coming out. So we do see Watch Hand come out here, but without the access to Terra, I don't really. And Watch Hand, of course, not reducing special damage. It reduces physical damage.
Yeah.
So it's not going to reduce the damage coming from Toko.
It's not too meaningful, and the Fluttermane is just going to go down, just like that. So
if Fluttermane will survive.
Will he? The eruption though.
He sash.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay.
But then of course Indeedee could just double up. So he needs Watch Hand to survive eruption, but I don't see how Watch Hand survive Terra Fire eruption.
I don't think so. And his Sun. Yeah.
In special defensive, sure, but you're weak to fire.
Quite a precarious position. I mean,
I think the Terra, the usage of the Terra on Garchomp, I think is what
was suboptimal.
Seems pretty costly at this point. Watch Hand goes down, Fluttermane down to his sash, but Indeedee can easily take it out.
Yes, he committed too early, I would say. Was it necessary? I mean, he could just protect it and then try to establish the Fluttermane speed tiers to help him fish out the information. Then he can just move. He can then move from there, right? Before he comes to the Terra or something. So,
I mean, hindsight is 2020, as they say. So
sure. I mean,
we survived Fluttermane attack, sure. And at that point, he didn't know that Indeedee was back. All he saw was the Fluttermane and
the Fluttermane and something else, right? I mean, Fluttermane and
Chi.
Yeah, the cookie cutter lead that such teams will typically have. Yeah, I don't really see how Ken can get wriggle out of this. I mean, he has to have another game plan. So moving forward, right?
I think it was fine. I think the problem there was the problem for
committing to the Terra.
Because Watch Hand could Terra Water, I think he'll be in a much better position.
At least you can slow the game down and then stall out the Trick Room.
Sit in front of Indeedee and Toko and waste the Trick Room turns. But because the Terra had been committed, he was weak to the fire, he couldn't, and just got knocked out immediately. So I think it's a very different game if he still had his Terra.
Although if you think about it, right, if he switched out the Chi, right, and it's just that crucial turn that he allowed Indeedee to survive. That spread doubling would have been good because
I think it was
it could have easily even Earthquake his own Fluttermane if he chooses to Dazzling Earthquake. The Indeedee would have been KO.
I think he had automatic play, which was I'm facing Chi Yuan. I think he has an automatic play when he sees Chi Yuan and Fluttermane together.
Protect Earthquake and kill the Chi, right?
I think when he saw that, he was like, I need to Terra Fire. That was costly as it
kind of tunnel visioning.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, I felt so. So, I mean, moving to game 2, perhaps he has to still. Do you think that Garchomp Fatal Lead was optimal?
The thing is that I think he needs the Garchomp because without the Garchomp, he's going to struggle against Liliko.
True.
So I think that's why he led what he led.
But
It's just that the committing to the Terra, I think, was the problem.
But he has no safety goggles on his team, isn't it? I mean, from what we see here, he's just going to get exposed to the potential sleep powder play, right?
But at least he resists. But at least by putting Garchomp there, he doesn't automatically lose to after you eruption.
Wow, that kind of forces him into that potential market. Will he have to commit to the Terra early? And then if he does, what kind of moves that he should be?
The problem for him is that Daanvir's team forces a lot of reactions out of him. His own team doesn't really doesn't do that onto to Daanvir's side. Doesn't really force Daanvir to make decisions. Daanvir is the one dictating the pace of the game, whether he leads Liliko or he leads the Chewy Flutter.
How about
he's forcing Ken to respond?
But I mean, if you could recap the speed tiers for me, right? Iron Bundle with booster energy, typically it should be boosting speed. After boosting speed, will it outspeed Litigan still faster under Chlorophyll boost?
Litigan is already very fast. Litigan has a very high base speed.
Because otherwise I could have,
on top of it.
Otherwise I could have thought that could be an out for him because to help him slow them down a bit more. But if it's not, then
if it was, then Litigan would not have been as
viable, right?
And would not have been as viable. Yes.
Sure. Understand. So yeah.
Honestly, Ken has to call the leads. Right now. I think the problem for him is that he's doing a lot of halfway there. He's trying to lead in a way that he can adjust to both the Liliko and the Chewy Flutter, and he's suffering as a result. I think he has to commit to one. You guess wrong, then okay, you guess wrong. But I think if you don't commit to either, you're not giving yourself a stronger position to take a game.
Sure. Although I do see that Arcanine has Terra Grass on Ken's team, right? So that could be his out for against Sleep Powder. But again, that involves committing the Terra as well. So committing to an Arcanine typically is not the situation.
I think Daanvir is playing this the right way. Daanvir is forcing Ken to react. Forcing the Terra of Ken and then playing the game accordingly.
And as we can see now from here, the Cookie Cutter mode 2 of the team, Kotoko Liligan will be there's nothing stopping it from after eruption, there's nothing stopping it from sleep powdering, so he has to call that which attack he will go for.
Yes,
he has to go for.
He has to make a hard read. Because his response to after eruption, his response to sleep powder is very drastic, different.
Very different. Yeah, I will agree because it's too much of a coin flip, I would say.
But at least by putting Garchomp there, at least he has a safer series of plays.
Okay. Garchomp going for the protect lightly.
He does get off the eruption. I think that's the correct. Yeah. Well, now you leave Flutter open, you take the eruption, sure. You have Sash, but now you can do a lot of damage to the Topo distance.
Yeah, at least reducing his option for eruption anymore, so he will be then forced to only use Heat Wave, I would assume. Yeah, Heat Wave.
So he takes the eruption fairly comfortably there. Yeah. Shadow Ball comes out into the Litigan. We're going to bring it to his Sash. Okay, not even to his Sash, rather.
Wow.
Yeah, it is not Life Orb, it is the Sash. It is his own Sash, Flutter after all.
Well, power looks very underwhelming in the face of choice specs, live Orb Fluttermanes out there in regular.
Especially since this is photosynthesis.
Yeah, I was thinking that you boosted special attack even. I mean, unless I missed something there. But looking at Daanvir's team sheet, right, he does not have Heat Wave. He has Flamethrower. It is still much more powerful than Heat Wave in terms of the base power. But and he also has Helping Hand to even aid his opponent before going down if he's in a non-trick room situation.
Yeah, so the thing here is that he still has access to after eruption.
Okay, goes for the protect.
Yeah, now Sleep Powder will be very costly.
Will be so risky there.
See, Sleep Powder does connect onto the Garchomp. Yeah, so 50-50. That's why people don't enjoy playing Liliko. You call it wrong. This is the end result.
Yes, and the calling, the 50-50 comes from the calling, right? So. Yeah, I mean, looking at his off-screen reaction, you felt like, he caught it wrong again. Still sizable, even
without the Terrafire.
Yeah, even without Terrafire, it's still significant. It may resist, right? So, and then now Fluttermane can't even do anything.
Now it's a very safe after eruption.
Unless he wakes up turn 2. But after you would then make the Topo go up first, go first, right? So
at that point you've knocked out the Fluttermane.
The Flutter already.
Yeah, so he's forced to switch out. But Arcanine? He doesn't have good answers. Arcanine is the only thing that can switch in.
I see that. I recognize the Japanese word Arcanine. Yep. So that's that.
That is his best switch into the eruption.
But still, though, it's a sizable chunk.
It is, even without Terrafire. And Daanvir's Smiley still not competing his Terra. recognizing that he doesn't need the extra damage right now.
Correct.
He just needs the damage from eruption.
Correct.
Straight up.
I'm guessing
has to wake up.
Yeah.
Doesn't wake up. Right? Yeah, he does.
Okay, he does wake up on the person.
Okay. But does he afflict himself? He doesn't afflict himself though. Ooh, that's a decision. Oh, did he crit himself? Oh, that's just straight up damage.
Yeah, straight up damage, but didn't do enough for Lilligant. I mean, because Lilligant is grass type and is resisting. So, that was so costly. I mean, was it worth it?
And he loses his extreme speed user as well.
Was it worth it?
Because now he doesn't have anything that can outspeed the Lilligant. Whereas Arcanine was his option to extreme speed to pick up the Lilligant.
Unless this is the last turn of Sun, but I don't think so. Because
No. This is nowhere close.
Yeah, because
This is turn 4.
Toko in fact has hit rock, so he has 8 turns of Sun instead of 5. So
I don't think
it's a lot of
come
turns.
into play here, but yeah, I'm losing the extreme speed really. So he woke up, sure, but did he want to wake up? Now you wonder.
or rather, he didn't even KO the Lilligant. That's the big thing, right? So I thought that he might have thought that the Earthquake was sufficient. Okay, now the Leaf Storm taking out the Garchomp, so costly. I mean, if he had KO, it could have been quite different.
Yeah, it would be a much better situation for him.
Yeah.
He still hasn't completed his Terra. Toko going to flamethrower into the Protect.
And now he's left with his last 2.
And Fluttermane has 1 HP. And he's still slower than Lilligant. And he has no priority attack.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I don't see a way out of this. I mean, for him.
Does Eruption KO at this point? It's not, actually, you can just after you flamethrower.
Actually, will be my second question will be, is after Proto Speed boost, will it outspeed? Probably
No.
not even Bundle. I mean,
Bundle is
Bundle's
faster. Bundle is faster to begin with.
and it cannot even outspeed
Yes.
Lilligant.
So Fluttermane can't do it.
Yeah. It'll be a good time to commit to a Terra now if he chooses to. But I think
You have to Terra the Watcher now. You don't have a choice.
But I'm sure Daanvir's cleanup squad at the back.
By this point, Daanvir just needs to switch out the Lilligant.
Yeah.
Refresh the special attack. Oh, he actually stays in. Doesn't even think he needs it at this point.
I'm quite certain the cleanup squad is Flutter and Chi. I'm quite certain of this. Or at least if he chooses to let the Lilligant go down lightly.
Can't even see the
Flutter will
Lilligant,
come
so he's
in.
gonna
Yeah.
have to attack.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be after eruption. Can Flutter survive?
I don't think
Or is he
so,
flamethrowing?
no.
Oh, he flamethrower.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
flamethrower.
playing it safe. Yeah, recognizing that just in case eruption doesn't do enough, I go for the 100% play with flamethrower.
Yeah.
Because you can ignore the Watcher. What can Watcher do to you? What can
Leech
Watcher do to it? Yeah, sure, Leech Seed. There are 4 Pokemon left.
Ken didn't even get the opportunity to see his last 2. They're so
Don't think he's gonna get
dominating.
it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, he can switch out Lilligant, honestly. So that he gets a super effective Leaf Storm later in the game.
I just feel he shouldn't because it's just 1v4, right? So
I mean, you want to play safe.
leaving it
Lilligant's
up to his cleanup squad.
Or you can just press Sleep Powder now.
That works too. Yeah, Sleep Powder and then switch out the Toko for. I'm sure at the back there are much more better candidates to sweep.
Or goes for the Helping Hand.
Yeah, Fluttermane has.
So super effective Leaf Storm at -2. It's going to do about... Oh, that's a
That is a critical hit for sure. But I felt that position-wise it didn't really matter.
Yeah, it didn't really matter in the long run.
Yeah.
That game was sealed.
Yeah.
The moment the Garchomp got Sleep Powder. The moment got Sleep Powder landed, there was no real way back. Even
Yeah.
the one-turn wake up.
Yes,
Did he want the one-turn wake up? You wonder. You have his own Arcanine.
that's one, right? And he failed to KO the Lilligant. That was so
It
meaningless.
would have been worth it to trade your Arcanine for the Lilligant, but he didn't even get the Lilligant.
It's interesting though because it's stab. I didn't know Lilligant was so bulky. So okay, lesson learned for me. And Daanvir takes a set 2-0,
A very
dominating
strong,
fashion.
very strong composition there. He has 2 leads that honestly Ken didn't have any 100% answers to.
Mode 1, Chi Fluttermane. Mode 2, Toko Lilligant. Too offensive for Ken to really handle or pick up. I mean, to play defensively against. Like matchup wise,
you did recognize that Ken's team is a bit more defensive, and
Sure.
against a composition like Daanvir's, you don't really have the opportunity to really draw the game out. You can't really slow the game down against 2 combinations that Daanvir was pulling out.
Yeah, I mean offline we did also know that. Through our discussions, we did also say you did also say that Chi Fluttermane is just forms such a defines regulation C so much in terms of the power level, right? And we clearly can see this demonstration here.
Yeah, the other problem we saw was that he had no, other than Arcanine, he had no fire switch in.
Exactly.
He couldn't call into the eruption at all.
Would you feel it's more like a matchup advantage, or like in this particular case?
I guess he didn't really have a very strong answer to the Lilligant Toko. It was really that simple. So he was forced to, and between that and the Chiri Fluttermane, he just didn't have strong lead options at all.
Yeah. So well, I mean, in the previous game we did see Parry's trap are not done so effectively. But this time it is efficiency at its best. Two modes, sleep mode or fast mode, and 示意 flutter main for hyper offense.
Yeah,
clearly played out.
The advantage for Lily Coco is that even it is fast mode, but it's also a slow mode with the toggle.
Yeah.
And you have Indeedee at the back.
That's flexibility at its at its best. And sure. And so now we shall take a break again, and we'll bring to you round 3 of the Treasure Hunt Series 4 brought to you by Trainer Shed. So we'll see you later.